Hey everybody, it's Joric. Welcome back. Hope you're doing great wherever you are in the world. Wanted to just get this out. Every year I've made a couple of videos in the summertime speaking about Portugal and the heat and just with things with the climate, continue to have record temperatures across the planet. And Portugal's no different. And I wanted to put this up there so people can see this, that just so far, based upon June numbers, Portugal had recorded its highest temperature ever, 46.6 degrees Celsius. They also have recorded 284 deaths that I guess are related to heat-related illnesses, meaning heat stroke or not having enough water, being hydrated. But I wanted to talk about this to explain or let people know that if you're moving to Portugal, how important I think it is to have air conditioning and air conditioning units in the property that you're looking at. And if you're going to buy a property and they don't have them, I would consider trying to see if you can install them and what the cost would be and try to negotiate that when you're buying the property, knowing you may have to put those in at some point. But just as the world's getting hotter and a hotter place to live, much of Portugal and much of what you're going to look at for property does not have like heating or AC units. And we lived in an older area built in the, much of it, built in the 50s and 60s, the block that we were on, and we were in a building that was from the early 50s. None of the apartments in our building had AC, so when we purchased our flat, we ended up putting it in because we were told it's really cold in the wintertime, colder than you think, although it's not freezing outside. There's no insulation, so it's going to feel like it's very cold inside, which it was, so we needed heat more than we thought. And in the summer, even with windows open, sometimes there's a breeze, sometimes there's not. It can be pretty stifling. So if you're not used to that, it can be a shock to the system. But I think it's very important if you're going to be considering a move. Now, if you've moved from a country that you're not used to AC, it may not seem like that big of a deal. But if you're coming from a country that you're used to having air conditioning or central air in some places, you want to try to look at properties, I would think, that have the ability and already have AC installed, especially if you're renting. Most people rent. The other alternative is to have fans, to buy fans at different stores and have them running in each of the rooms. Also, just trying to stay hydrated, drinking as much water as possible, ice or colder water when you can, put it in the fridge. This is something that does happen every year. There are a number of deaths attributed to heat in Portugal. And the AC is not the end-all be-all, but it is something that not many people think about when you're looking at property, but it's something I want to make sure that you're aware of because it is, I think everywhere we're living, it's hotter, and because of that, people that maybe didn't need air in the past maybe should be looking at it now. And especially in Portugal. And this is across Portugal, whether it be northern, southern, the mainland, even the islands. Something to be cautious of. And when you're looking at property on Idealista or other websites to try to get a feel for things, I would make sure that there's AC available. Also, if you're traveling and you're just looking for Airbnb, VRBO, hotels are going to, I think the lion's share of hotels are going to have AC. But if you're looking at Airbnbs or VRBOs, it's worth asking the question if that's something that's very important to you. Here, there's a lot, to me, 284 people, that's a lot of people that specifically for heat-related illness, that's something that is disappointing to see. So please make sure that as you're traveling or living in Portugal, you're drinking lots of water and fluids, staying hydrated, and then also if you're staying at a property, whether you live there or it's short term, hopefully you're looking for a place that has AC. It will keep you cooler and it'll also help keep you alive. As always, thank you so much for watching and enjoy your travels.